Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle are at the center of widespread backlash following the release of their Netflix documentary series. The first 3 episodes were dropped on Thursday and detailed the early days of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's romance, their experiences as working royals and their eventual decision to step down from the firm. Royal commentators and experts have joined the global conversation about the series, including Zoe Forsey and Russell Myers, host of and regular guest on the Daily Mirror's Pod Save the King podcast, who discussed the first volume of Harry and Meghan on last week's episode. Comparing the series with the Sussexes' previous encounters with the media, Mr. Myers argued that the couple delivered more veiled attacks on their UK counterparts. He noted that neither Harry nor Meghan spoke about any members of the royal family directly, instead opting to inflict death by 1,000 cuts by making subtle digs against their family overseas. In what seemed like quite a bit of an attack on William and Charles, Harry talked about the early treatment of his then-girlfriend, saying that when he asked for help, his family said it was a rite of passage, that their wives had to go through it, so why should Meghan be treated any differently? While the Duke of Sussex did not mention anyone by name, it has been widely assumed that he was talking about his brother Prince William and his father King Charles III. Ms. Forsey, the Mirror's features editor, said, "He didn't directly say it was about William and Charles, but there's not really anyone else it could have been." Mr. Myers, the Mirror's royal editor, added, "Now, this is how clever they, Harry and Meghan, have been, I think, because we aren't talking about any specific bombshells here, unlike, when you had the Oprah Winfrey interview, which was the royal racist, the fact that Meghan was feeling suicidal, that, she felt abandoned by the royal family. But there were some real, massive talking points, and I think this almost is like death by 1,000 cuts. It's all within the veil of we were the ones who were set upon, we just wanted to get on with our normal lives and live happily ever after, and yet when you actually look at the details, I actually do think it cuts quite deep." The royal expert admitted to thinking the Sussexes came across really well when he first watched the documentary, but later realized the couple's digs at the royal family were more subtle than in previous interviews. He explained, "This issue about Prince Harry essentially blasting his brother, he's saying that when he was questioning whether there was going to be any help for Meghan, and he sounded quite desperate, that as far as his family was concerned, it was almost like a rite of passage, and some members of the family were like, my wife had to go through that. So why should your girlfriend be treated any differently? Why should you get special treatment? Why should she be protected?" And of course, his argument was, there is a race element here. In the first episode of the series, Harry criticized the general treatment of women entering the royal family, saying it was through his mother that he learned about the pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution. "I remember thinking, how can I ever find someone who is willing and capable to be able to withstand all the baggage that comes with being with me?" he said, admitting he was terrified